You catch yourself about to react the old way, and you don't. You choose different. You choose better. And for a second, you feel it, proof that you've actually changed. But then something in you doesn't allow you to hold on to the feeling. Maybe you wait to see if it was a fluke. You replay it, looking for the moment you'll find out you didn't really mean it. Or you just brace, quietly, for the version of you that will show back up and ruin it. Because growth doesn't feel like relief yet. It still feels like something you have to prove is real. And underneath it, there's a voice that's still not convinced. Let's see if you can actually keep this up. So instead of trusting it, you audit it, you test it, you wait for the evidence instead of just believing in yourself. And even on the days you do everything right, part of you still isn't convinced you did it on purpose. That's not a lack of confidence, that's a lack of self trust, and it has to be rebuilt somewhere. Here's what I want you to do with that audit, just for a moment. I want you to close the file. Stop. Not because staying aware of your growth doesn't matter, it does. But because what's happening right now, this cycle of testing yourself and never quite believing the result, that's not awareness. That's self surveillance. And self surveillance sounds like proof is never enough. Every good choice gets logged, then quietly re examined, just in case it wasn't real. You're not imagining it, and you're not broken for still checking. You're just guarding something you haven't learned to trust yet. Now regulate. Here's what this feels like from the inside. No matter how many times you get it right, it never quite feels like enough to prove it's real. There's something worth sitting with here. Sometimes, the part of you still checking, it's not trying to sabotage you. It's still protecting you from a version of yourself trust didn't feel safe with. That fear is still open. And an old fear that never got closed has a way of turning into a full-time job. Trust isn't something you lost. It's something that never finished being built. And that's not a flaw. That's just an unfinished foundation, still waiting on you. Let's rebuild. Rebuilding isn't about earning your own approval or collecting enough proof to finally let yourself off the hook. It's about laying the first stone. Try saying something like this to yourself the next time you question your actions. I don't have to test this to know it's real. I can let this count without checking it first. That's not naivety, and you're not lowering your guard for no reason. That's you choosing to stand on ground you built yourself. That's worth being proud of. Pause. The person you used to be doesn't get to decide who you are today or who you're becoming. You're allowed to trust who you're turning into. All that auditing and checking, here's how you start to let it go today. Stop. When you catch yourself testing a good choice instead of trusting it, that's the moment to notice, not to check again, not to prove it twice. There's a name for what's happening. It's self surveillance. And once you can name it, it starts to loosen its grip. Regulate. If you've ever thought, I can't let this count until I've proven it's real, you're not the only one. But here's the piece that changes things. That part of you still checking was never trying to sabotage you. It was protecting a version of you that trust hadn't felt safe with yet. Once that clicks, you stop needing proof before you'll believe something good about yourself. So next time you catch yourself questioning your own actions, try saying this to yourself instead. I don't have to test this to know it's real. I can let this count without checking it first. Rebuild. One stone laid on purpose. That's all it takes to start. Because that's you choosing to stand on ground you built yourself. That's worth being proud of. Your own trust was never something you had to earn back. It's something you're already standing on. And that's exactly where change begins. That's secure. The stop, regulate, and rebuild framework isn't about being perfect. It's about being willing to pause, come back, and try again. Secure communication isn't something people are born knowing, it's something they practice, one conversation at a time. And now, you have somewhere to start. Just by being here, you're already doing the work. And that's not small, that's secure. If this resonated, like this video, leave a comment below with what landed most for you, and subscribe so we can keep doing this work together. Real growth and transformation happens one shift at a time. And if someone in your life needs this today, share it with them. That's how we turn conflict into connection together. We built something that walks right alongside you. Take it at your own pace. It's yours whenever you're ready. Free link in the bio. Play gently, learn boldly. Bye for now.